Hey, everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please go ahead and leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, the big news, which I'm sure many of you have maybe seen the clips or have heard, that Donald Trump came out yesterday giving a speech in Washington, D.C., where he gave a full endorsement of crypto. Folks, you have to hear this to believe it. I'm going to play the clip here for you. Check it out.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
Folks, how incredibly bullish is that? He said, I will support crypto in the United States so it's not driven overseas. I will support the right for you to self-custody your Bitcoin and crypto assets. And he said he's not going to allow the creation of a central bank digital currency. Folks, I'm stunned. I'm lost for words of how crypto is having a massive impact on politics. But it's what I've been saying for a while, that crypto is becoming ubiquitous. We're seeing appearance of crypto in politics, in TradFi and Wall Street, in pop culture society. It can't be ignored anymore. And if you've been around the block and you saw the .com internet rise in the 90s into the 2000s, you saw these type of things, right? It starts to creep into society and the very fabric of our civilization. Same thing is happening here with crypto and blockchain. And look, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. Donald Trump is a politician, right? So he's going to say things, he's going to pander to different bases to get their votes. However, look past Donald Trump, whether you love or hate him, look past the politics of this and see what is taking place before our eyes from a macro standpoint, from an adoption standpoint. And it's not only adoption by physically using the asset, it's adoption in the mind, in the psyche of people, that they can't ignore this. It is here to stay. And it's incredible what is taking place. And Elizabeth Warren's strategy of forming the anti-crypto army has backfired on her significantly. Folks, I mean, just look at what happened over the past 3 to 4 weeks. The SEC's SOB 121 got repealed in both the House and the Senate. And remember, Democrats joined Republicans to do this, so turning their backs on Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler. Then Democrats joined the Republicans again, 71 Democrats to be specific, in passing the Fit for 21 crypto regulation bill in the House. Then the pressure that was mounting because of all these things and Donald Trump putting out his public statements about crypto forced the SEC to approve the Ethereum spot ETF, which they were not planning to do. Based on what the ETF issuers were saying, there was no engagement from the SEC. We saw consensus, and the Ethereum Foundation got notices from the SEC about investigations into if Ethereum is a security or not. There was just no movement. And then all of a sudden, when the pressure started mounting politically, it forced the SEC's hand. But it's like I've been saying for a while, we are on the winning side of history. Disruptive technology always wins, right? They tried to fight the automobile and the combustion engine. They tried to fight the electricity and light bulb. They tried to fight the internet, but disruptive technology always wins. So incredible statements here by Donald Trump. And once again, you may hate Trump or you may love him, but look past this. I'm not here to endorse Trump or Biden. I'm here to say, look at what is happening from an adoption standpoint, because the outcome we are looking for is higher prices. I'm here to make money. I came for the money. I'm staying for the technology. So don't get me wrong. I want to see the technology get implemented, but first and foremost, I'm here to make money. So that's where I'm trying to get you guys to think about it outside of just the politics. But crypto is having a massive impact in DC. And Donald Trump would not be doing this if crypto was some fad or some small community. No, there's millions. And he quoted it. He talked about 50 plus million Americans who own crypto, and they are going to be voting. Now, I've stated many times, crypto is not the number one ballot issue for the majority of voters. Obviously, there's economic things, the border, there's a whole bunch of other issues. But the point is, crypto in the past was not on the ballot. It is this time. It may be someone's number two, number three, number four, number five issue, right? So that's what's taking place here. And Biden, he screwed up with Elizabeth Warren here. Elizabeth Warren just hurt him big time in the election. And Trump is going to get some campaign donations because the crypto industry has been building a war chest of capital. So, folks, we are winning. Crypto is winning. Incredible, incredible stuff. Here's what Bill Barheit, co-founder and CEO of Abra, had to say. Regardless of your politics, you can't deny that this changes everything for Bitcoin and crypto in the United States. So once again, you may hate Trump. That's fine. I'm not here to tell you to love Trump, but the optics and the pressure he's putting on the Democrats now is significant. And if you want proof of that, look at what happened with the FIT21 bill. Look at what happened with the repeal of SOB 121. It's all coming together here, folks. Now, Donald Trump also stated that he would commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to time served if elected president. His exact quote was, "He's already served 11 years. We're going to get him home." Wow. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ross Ulbricht was the founder of Silk Road, and he has spent time in jail, but the sentence does not fit the crime here. I think many of us see through that. Just look at what Sam Bankman-Fried is serving right now, right? Sam Bankman-Fried should probably have Ross Ulbricht's sentencing, but this was back in the day, and the U.S. government went ham on him. And I had his mom on, Lynn Ulbricht. I think it was a couple years ago. I'll try to get her back on, but she's been advocating that, look, this is crazy. Yes, he has to spend some time in jail, but the sentencing was above and beyond harsh, pretty incredible. So, guys, I'm blown away. I am blown away. And once again, this is going to put pressure on Biden and the Democrats. So get ready for many of those folks to start changing their tone. We saw when the Democrats joined the Republicans, the White House put out a letter saying, oh, we want to work with Congress now. Yeah, now you want to work with Congress. Before you were trying to destroy crypto. But Elizabeth Warren has lost, and I'm here for it. We've been talking about it, guys, right? The disruptive technology always wins. And I've been stating recently that, we are in the then they fight you phase, but we're transitioning to the then you win phase, right? First, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Meta lawman James Murphy weighed in. He said, "I wouldn't settle any crypto case with the current SEC before seeing how the election turns out." This is another important factor of what Donald Trump is doing here. Given what Trump and Kennedy are saying, I would expect a very different SEC under open-minded leadership like Hester Peirce or similar. For starters, I could imagine voluntary dismissals of crypto cases the Gary Gensler regime has initiated where there was no fraud and no victims. I would expect a return to the core mission of protecting investors rather than trying to achieve political objectives through enforcement. Spot on. I absolutely agree with this. And he's right. If I was any of the crypto companies, I would not settle anything. I wouldn't give an inch. I would fight back. And we see a lot of them are fighting back. Coinbase is countersuing. Kraken is countersuing. Uniswap is countersuing. Ripple, obviously, countersuing and so forth. So the industry is fighting back, and that's a great sign. Here's what Cameron Winklevoss, one of the Winklevoss twins, founders of Gemini and Bitcoin billionaires, Cameron says, "The approval of Bitcoin ETFs required the courts to intervene. Approval of Ether ETFs required the White House to intervene. Shows how dishonest and political the SEC has become under Senator Warren's goon, Gary Gensler." Yeah, absolutely. So, folks, what does this all mean? Because at the end of the day, we are here to make money, right? Well, at least I am. I'm not here for any other agenda but to make some money here. And we want to get the people who are trying to roadblock this technology like Liz Warren and Gary Gensler out of the way. So Bitcoin and crypto, I think, is going to have an epic rally this bull market, because these are things we did not see coming. We know the market cycles play out on the 4-year cycles, right? Following global liquidity, following the stock market, it's all correlated to global liquidity. The money supply keeps increasing, so the asset prices keep rising. So the 4-year cycles play out, regardless of if this was happening or not. But this is the cherry on the sundae, guys. this is the icing on the cake. And I think this is going to supercharge the bull market. It's going to let a lot of people feel confident to enter into the asset class because not only do you have the ETFs, you now have crypto regulations being passed by the government and draconian overreach nonsense rules like SOB 121 from the SEC are getting repealed, and you see Democrats are joining with Republicans. So that layer of this cake, so to speak, is going to take things to another level in addition to the ETFs, right? We got the Ethereum spot ETF approval, partial approval. The full approval will come probably in the coming weeks or months. But I hope you see what's happening here. I hope you're looking at this holistically. More liquidity is going to enter this market. So I'm really excited for this bull market, guys. And we've already started the process, but I think we're only halfway there. And remember, Bitcoin is going to find its bottom soon. I expect some sort of major rally in the coming weeks, probably taking us between 80 to 90K. And even if you don't hold Bitcoin, that liquidity will flow down to the altcoins, the Ethereum, to Solana, to XRP, other tokens, guys. So be prepared and have a strategy. Know what your cash out plan is, and you can start taking profits, based on your own research and what you bought in at. But you see here, even Ethereum is rallying, right? So we're seeing the reversal. So we got to be patient. Patience is so important when it comes to investing. Market cycles will play out both from the micro and macro. You're going to see volatility. Bears are going to fight bulls and all that, but we are in a uptrend, and we continue to see the DXY show some weakness here. So be patient, let all these things play out, and we're going to see a pretty epic rally. And speaking of altcoins, Rect Capital, great analyst who does some great charting and macro analysis, highlighted the following chart saying altcoin market cap is set to perform its highest weekly close since April 2024, also perfectly following the ultimate altcoin market cap game plan outlined earlier this year. So on the chart, he's showing a bounce right now, and that we're going to move up to new highs to retest the highs from 2021. And then we don't only just want to retest the highs from 2021, we want to set new all-time highs, moving at the same trajectory that we've seen in the past bull market cycles. Now, don't get me wrong, over time, you do see diminishing returns, especially with coins that have been around for a while. So we've seen that with Bitcoin. You're going to see it with Ethereum, but new coins can obviously have parabolic, insane moves. So this is where you want to do your research. And personally, my new coins that I've been taking a bet on are AI themed tokens such as Fetch and Render. Now, that's not financial advice. Do your own research. Those coins have moved significantly already, but I still think there's upside. But once again, do your own research. Folks, another coin I'm bullish on is the VeChain token, and VeChain is a sponsor of this podcast. VeChain is one of the top layer one enterprise blockchains out there. They're getting massive adoptions from big institutions around the world. They're building incredible Web3 and decentralized applications. Folks, some of the brands working with VeChain include BMW, PwC, Walmart China, Boston Consulting Group, and much more. The VeChain blockchain is highly scalable, highly energy efficient, and that's why many enterprises are choosing VeChain. So if you'd like to learn more, please visit the link in the description or go to vechain.org. Now, guys, we got some news here that a meme coin on Base, apparently it's called Normie, it got a rug pull and $40 million gone. I am not here to tell you what to invest in and what not to invest in, but I'm here to show you facts and say, be careful, watch out, or take a look at this, and then you'd go do your own research. This is something I've been saying for a long time. Meme coins are the riskiest segment of the crypto market, especially new meme coins. Meme coins that popped up a couple months ago or last night or last week can easily be rugged. Now, meme coins that have been around for multiple cycles, like Shiba Inu, Doge, and so forth, even like Pepe, are more established. There's more liquidity. There's developer communities. The community is larger. So the likelihood of any type of rug pull is very low. So you got to be careful with the new meme coins, guys. Please be very careful. I don't want you to lose your money. So this was minted on Base, and now it's gone. And the Twitter accounts and all that stuff, gone. So be careful out there, my friends. Now we got some crypto funding news, and I love to take a look at this news to see where capital is going, into what companies, into what coins. So the headline is funding wrap. Crypto startup funding rises for second straight quarter. Big deals this week include Web3 social media platform Farcaster's fundraiser of $150 million in a Series A led by Paradigm. So let me give you some details. Crypto startup funding hit $2.4 billion during the first quarter of 2024. A report from PitchBook published Monday showed this represents a 40% increase in invested capital from the last quarter of 2023. Here's a quote: "With positive investor sentiment returning to crypto and barring any major market downturns, we expect the volume and pace of investments to continue increasing throughout the year," PitchBook analyst wrote in the report. Big deals this week include Web3 social media platform Farcaster raising $150 million in a Series A round led by Paradigm. Other investors included A16Z Crypto, Han Ventures, Variant, and Standard Crypto. Here's a quote: "Since going permissionless last October, Farcaster has seen 350,000 paid signups and a 50x increase in network activity," Farcaster co-founder Dan Romero said in a statement Tuesday. Now, some other funding news included EVM Layer 2 Plume announced a $10 million seed funding round led by Han Ventures. Other investors included Galaxy Ventures, Superscript, and Portal Ventures. Plume, built to bring real-world assets on-chain, currently has more than 80 RWA and DeFi projects building on its private testnet, the company said. Wow, that's pretty good. Here's a quote: "While many are attempting to solve tokenization through permissioned environments, Plume stands out by prioritizing a crypto-first approach," Chris Yin, CEO and co-founder of Plume, said in a statement. "We operate as a permissionless chain, offering seamless compliance tooling as a notable feature." Other notable funding news include Blockless, a decentralized physical infrastructure network. DePIN project raised $8 million in pre-seed and seed funding at an undisclosed valuation. Phantom Foundation on Friday announced a $10 million strategic funding round led by Korean fund Hash. Crypto firm New Form Capital is back on the scene and looking to raise a $100 million fund in the midst of recent crypto fundraising boom, the Wall Street Journal reported on Monday. So folks, capital is flowing into the market, both into companies building the infrastructure as well as the crypto coin projects. So this is very bullish. This is what you want to see in a bull market. Now, we also got some crypto hiring news. Here's the headline: Crypto hiring. Crypto exchange names new CEO. Tokenization focus firm expands. So Gracie Chen is set to replace Sandra Luz as BitGet's chief executive, the company said Tuesday. Chen had joined BitGet as a managing director in 2022 and was tasked in leading the company's growth. The crypto exchange launched a crypto-backed credit card last year, usable wherever Visa is accepted, and is developing more services to support this integration, Chen noted in a letter. Investing in the crypto ecosystem via the exchange's Web3 fund and EmpowerX fund also remains a key long-term focus, she added. Meanwhile, crypto infrastructure firm Taurus opened its first North America office in Vancouver, Canada. Andrew Malidi, previously an engineering office or manager at Procure Technology, is set to lead the office as the company links up with regional partners and clients of its custody and tokenization technology. Taurus raised $65 million in a February funding round led by Credit Suisse. Deutsche Bank took part in that round too, linking up with Taurus in September to build out digital asset custody and tokenization services. Other notable hires include the foundation behind Scale modular blockchain, designed for gasless Ethereum scaling, named Andrew Saunders as its chief marketing and growth officer. Ronak Jethava is now head of ecosystem marketing at Startail Labs. So folks, we continue to see growth and movement in the crypto industry. That is a very good sign. Capital is flowing in, talent is coming in, and I'm excited for the rest of this bull market. Folks, don't forget to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto, The Crash of FTX and the Rise of Safer, Stronger Digital Assets. It talks about crypto's past, present, and future. Grab a copy to support the podcast. Grab some copies to give to your family and friends who want to learn about crypto. It gives the holistic view. It provides some tips for investing in crypto. It's a great educational book for them and to help them understand what happened with FTX. Why is the SEC fighting the industry? Why is Wall Street here with the Bitcoin ETF applications and more? What is tokenization and what its future looks like? So it's a great book for folks who want to learn about this. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. I'll talk to you all later.